Have you ever looked at the sky and wondered if the weather feels different? A little warmer? A bit more extreme? It's not just you. Our planet is sending us a message, and it's getting louder every single day. The science is undeniable. Climate change is here, and it's the single greatest challenge of our generation. From devastating wildfires that paint our skies orange to unprecedented floods that reshape our coastlines. The impacts are real, and they are happening now. But here's the thing, pointing fingers won't cool the planet. Blaming one country, one industry, or one generation won't rebuild what's been lost. The only way forward is together. This isn't a problem for one nation to solve alone. It's a global crisis that demands a united global response. We are at a critical juncture in human history, a moment that will define our legacy for centuries to come. The question is no longer if we should act, but how we can act. And how we can ensure that our actions are powerful enough to turn the tide. Think about it like a team trying to win a championship. You can't have the offense blaming the defense, or one player trying to do everything themselves. Victory requires a shared strategy, every player knowing their role, and absolute trust in one another. That's exactly what we need on the world stage right now. Our global leaders must come together, not just for another photo op, or a round of empty promises, but for a real, binding commitment to save our shared home. We've seen attempts before. We've had international agreements, big conferences, and bold declarations. But too often, they lack the teeth needed for real change. Pledges are made, but they are not always met. Goals are set, but accountability is often missing. What we need now are international agreements that aren't just suggestions, but are backed by strong enforcement mechanisms. We need a system where nations are held accountable for their commitments, where progress is transparently tracked, and where falling short has real consequences. This isn't about punishment. It's about responsibility. It's about ensuring that the promises made in grand halls are translated into tangible actions on the ground. In our power plants, in our forests, and in our cities. Accountability builds a foundation of fairness, ensuring that every country does its part. The burden can't fall disproportionately on a few. From the largest economies to the smallest island nations, everyone has a role to play. Developed nations, which have historically contributed the most to emissions, have a moral and practical obligation to lead the way, both by drastically cutting their own carbon footprint and by supporting developing nations in their transition to a green economy. This brings us to a crucial element: climate finance. Transitioning the entire global economy away from fossil fuels is a monumental task. It requires massive investments in renewable energy like solar and wind, in sustainable agriculture, in modernizing our infrastructure, and in developing new, clean technologies. Many developing countries have the will to make these changes, but they simply lack the financial resources to do so. They are also often the ones on the front lines, bearing the brunt of climate impacts they did the least to cause. This is where international cooperation becomes absolutely vital. Pledges for climate finance must be more than just numbers on a page. They need to be delivered, and for that to happen, we need to rebuild and strengthen trust. Trust is the currency of global cooperation. When developing nations see that financial commitments are being honored, it empowers them to pursue ambitious climate goals. It shows them they are not alone in this fight. Effective climate finance is about more than just charity. It's a strategic investment in our collective future. When we help a nation build a solar farm, we're not just helping them, we're reducing global emissions. When we fund a project to protect a rainforest, we are preserving a vital carbon sink that benefits the entire planet. This finance needs to be accessible, transparent, and directed where it's needed most. To projects that build resilience, reduce emissions, and create sustainable livelihoods. But what does this all mean for us? The people not sitting at the negotiation table? It means everything. Our voices are more powerful than we think. We are the ones who can create the political will for our leaders to act. When we demand climate action, when we make it a priority at the ballot box, when we support businesses that are committed to sustainability, we send a clear and unmistakable message. We show them that the public is not just watching, we are demanding change. Start conversations with your friends and family. Share information from credible sources. Let your elected officials know that climate action is a non-negotiable priority for you. Support organizations that are working on the front lines of climate policy and conservation. Your individual actions, when multiplied by millions, create a wave of change that leaders cannot ignore. They are our representatives, and they must represent our will to protect our planet. This is not a story of doom and gloom. It's a call to action fueled by hope. We have the technology, we have the ingenuity, and we have the capacity to build a sustainable and prosperous future for everyone. The solutions exist. We can power our world with the clean, limitless energy of the sun and wind. We can create circular economies that eliminate waste. We can restore our ecosystems and live in harmony with nature. What we need now is the collective courage to make it happen. We need our global leaders to rise above short-term politics and national interests, and to unite for the long-term well-being of all humanity. They must forge international agreements with real accountability. They must build trust to unlock the climate finance needed for a just transition. This is our moment. This is our test. Let's not be the generation that knew the truth about climate change but failed to act. Let's be the generation that came together, that met the challenge head-on, and that secured a safe and thriving planet for all the generations to come. The clock is ticking, and the world is watching. It's time for unity. It's time for action. It's time for change. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of this crucial conversation. If this message resonates with you, please share this video with your network, and let's amplify this call to action. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to join our community as we continue to explore the solutions for a better future. Together, we can make a difference.